My comment and question is mainly for the two Peters, both of whom will ever be heroes of mine. Speciesism, dear Helen and Jay Ashry, is as ignorant as sexism or racism, yet probably most people in this studio are speciesist. Not so Mr. Singer. We are not a superior species. Our grasping hand gives us bullying dominance, and we should treat our fellow animals of other species with kindness and consideration. Yet we have in Australia a national kangaroo genocide. Aussie kangaroo families brutally species cleansed from the land, joeys stomped, whose sad little deaths propaganda describes as humane, all to prop up 19th century agriculture by farmers who will not change to protect land, rivers and climate. Massive tree loss equals climate destruction, with no rain equals self-inflicted droughts, nor have our farmers learned to coexist with, rather than exterminate, our wildlife treasure or Oz biodiversity. The nightly massacres of Oz Kanga families by a Kangaroo Killing Industry KKI, farmers' brutal militia under a cover of lies, slander of kangaroos and alleged massive corruption, rapidly driving our national fellow animals to extinction in the wild. Greedy developers sprawl, and hunters, aka thick bullies with guns, add to the relentless murder toll of peaceful Oz Kangas. Yet through your great work on ethics, Mr. Singer, and the ideas of Da Vinci, Darwin and Carl Sagan, and also intuitively, many of us are aware that kangaroos are not just unfeeling objects, but are in fact kangaroo persons, the kangaroo people, and true bluest Australians, they and their ancestors having been in this land for 20 million years and more, not a mere 220 years like the land and nature destructive white men. The whale and dolphin people are well off compared to Oz kangaroo families. You wrote Animal Liberation in 1975, Mr. Singer, but things seem worse now, not better. We have an RSPCA supposedly for all creatures great and small, which is allegedly corruptly infiltrated by farmers to state board level, almost useless in preventing the great bulk of cruelty to non-human animals. Live export, chooks jammed in tiny cages, pigs cruelly butchered, etc., etc. The commercial press won't talk about tree loss, and likewise gags the fact that we're all supposed by now to be veggie for the planet, and other urgent reasons, e.g. personal health, climate, world food equity, etc. Despite all your great work writing ethics books, Mr. Singer, in Oz, greed, self-interest and cruelty reign, with the Church and its irrational conceptions of what is moral just making the shameful mess worse. My questions to Peters 1 and 2. Mr. Singer, is it time for you to get as angry and as strident with us fool humans as are Richard Dawkins and David Suzuki? Be less polite? And dear Mr. Garrett, will you please be very careful which groups of sectional interest you take to be truth-tellers, not self-serving liars? P.S. My recent upload to YouTube, with aid from Mr. Singer's work, is How to Be a Decent Human, Parts 1 and 2. Evening all.